Hey everyone,
You can
it's
still hear
brother
me?
Chris here with Jillian. So hey Jill, how's it going?
It's going. How are you?
Doing good. Just got over with Dad's funeral. Yeah, Dad again though did pass away in December, and I do say thanks for the help though that you did with the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like so. How did it go for you actually? Afterwards, going out for eating.
I always eat till I'm full, and then I always take a whole bunch of food left over. And because I have my son Jack, he tends to eat my food. So technically, I don't have anything left over.
It's like so true about Jack. And talking about children, though, we're going to be discussing about indigo children. There are so many different types of children, actually, spiritual children altogether. There is actually starseed children, indigo, and there is crystal children altogether. So basically, though, is we're going to start today with indigo children. How's that sound to you?
Sounds good. You lead the way, and I'll follow in.
All right. So indigo children's basically though are again though is part of the Starseed children altogether. If you've watched the movie, gosh, I can't remember his name now. But it's a deal with his daughter that gets a certain type of letter, and it's got all digits actually written in it. And with that, there he actually breaks down the codes and it tells about certain dates actually which are in the future. And at the end, though, his child is actually taken away from actually the star child's actually beings to a different planet. But again, those indigo children go all the way back to the 70s time period. So who knows? We might be star children.
Maybe we might be part of the Indigo. We don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's exactly what how far back it goes. Basically, though, it is actually again though there's crystal, there is rainbow children. All together, there's a huge different collection of that. Now, what is an indigo children? An indigo child or an indigo kid is a upgraded they say blueprinter actually of human beings. Term though that can come out of nowhere, and it basically though they say it's about their aura colors altogether. Their aura colors are way different. Now, gifted children are basically on a clear mission actually of challenge of changing actually things actually within the universe actually to the positive. Again, though, it goes back to the 70s, which is great. And the thing, though, is beyond actually the psychic awareness, their hiding drive actually is created by, again, those change the society, changing things from the old to the new. And it's bringing a lot more gifts actually all together. So that's a brief intro about actually the children. So, um, but just before we go actually on from one actually on that Jillian will be reading about, what we're going to do is we're just going to look actually at the trademarks of the numbers. There's altogether 13, and then what we're going to be doing though is actually going through and sort of describing what the trades are. So
Yeah, so we have the common traits of the indigo child. There are 13, as Brother Chris had stated. The if you wonder what it might be, this distinct of a soul lineage, there are some personality traits that you're gonna maybe feel familiar with. Spiritual awakening or spiritual growth. Number one, you feel spiritually awakened. You were born to be a light worker and have felt from a young age that you are tapped into something spiritually greater than most people are. That's some people would actually resonate with this one because it's the first one, and they believe that this is what they're feeling. You are destined to be here. You're confident and even arrogant at times, emboldened by something larger than you can name. You know that you are put on this planet for a reason, and that reason is to enact positive change. You know that those who are native to this planet are growing and ascending and need help in this transformation. Well, I don't know if I would actually resonate with that one, but I could see some others. Um, you have high expectations of yourself and others. This one, I don't know. I've had that challenge a lot in my life. This can make for challenging relationships and interactions. You see only the best and expect others to live up to it. Towards yourself, you can be unrelentingly self-critical. Don't let this get the best of you. Instead, use it to your advantage to push yourself and others, but also know that others may not be as motivated. Number four, you have a strong intuition. Indigos see the world differently. Coupled with innate self-assurance, you often think your way is right and are offended if others cannot see, much less take action from your point of view. If indigos ruled the world, you are confident no problems would exist. Some days I feel like that. Um, Number five, you question authority. You are not one to negotiate, so certain in your views and ways, you are often rebellious and skeptic of those powers or those in power. This can occasionally get you in trouble, so know how to get into the good and noble types of trouble. I have definitely done this. My middle daughter is very much the question of authority, always asking questions, always being strong-willed. Yeah, another story for another day. Um, you want to overturn the man. Number six, difficult and rigid systems seem foolish to you, and you often become antagonistic to what others experience as normal. These systems may also seem antiquated. That's a hard word I can't pronounce. Compared to those you know and believe are much more effective. Have patience and know that these massive systems that need changing are like giant ships that can't always turn on a dime. I don't know how many of you out there can resonate with that one. Number seven, you are creative. Musically and artistically gifted, your art invites others to see the world around through your eyes. Nurture this ability. I don't particularly go with this one. Um, Brother Chris, continue on your part.
Yes, but we'll be right back after this quick commercial break with number 8 to 13. So, yes, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Are you looking for that hard to find item, spiritual item that your loved one wants to always get, but you don't know right where to check out? Why not check us out here underneath hauntedlightpodcast.com? Underneath our store, though, we actually have tons of items from dream catchers, crystals, so many more for you. Check us out underneath hauntedlightpodcast.com.
Follow us here at Haunting Live, our new shows, and we are honored to have a brand new co-host on our shows now. Yolanta Mary is our co-host, and she does a lot of work for us on the side and introduces people to the show and discusses different topics on the show. So we're really happy to have her here this season. So go check out our brand new episode.
Okay, so yeah, we're back from the quick commercial break. Again, though, if you're looking for merch, though, look actually for hauntedlightpodcast.com. Go underneath their website. There is a lot of great merch there. Even check us out here underneath Divine Oracle Podcast. There's a lot of great information there about us. Now, again, though, what I was saying, though, is though, like, we're looking at number 8, and that there is you are a change maker. So basically, though, this is representing, though, that if you are noticing failures within the society, sort of like with Donald J. Trump, all right, which you can actually try to take that and try to make it positive. Not with him. But yeah, it is basically, though, is so that there is so much actually within the business side, society side, and so much ways altogether there. Again, those there's taking basically charge, probably of groups or of companies, though, that you are in, that you want to see the changes for. Number 9, though, is you are a lost soul. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? It's not that type of way, though. It's basically, though, is you feel out of place whenever you're actually in a different location. Most people do notice, though, that you feel like, though, like, it's not feel like, though, but they feel, though, that you are lost. So that way they take a look actually at you, and they kind of see something different. But again, though, as you feel lost, you can feel the tendency for actually being alone or rebellious. Unwilling to actually to work with others is basically what that number 9 is. Number 10 though is you are a strong head. That sounds like you, Jill?
A little bit, yeah.
So it's like it says indigo child is actually a soul actually of a person though that actually is strong witted, actually is self worth, not in the negative way, but it's a positive way, and
Yeah.
you are unwilling to back down from being confronted, actually from people. Number 11 though, you are passion enforced. So basically, though, is what they mean by that though is whenever you have a passion though, you actually make sure though that things are done the right way and going from point A to point B to point C. You make sure though that nothing is actually going to block you. If there is blockage though, you always find a way to get around that, and you're forcing through. It's sort of like the old game though that we used to play, Red Rover. So like that right there, yes. And number 12 though is you have a psychic ability. We all have psychic abilities for one, but with this one though, it's saying though that without any need actually of development, your psychic, creative, actually clairvoyant, your empath, and actually telepath is basically turned on. So that there is for that one. And your number 13, though, is you are basically, though, is making sure that everything is going the right way. And with this one, though, it's so true, though, because right whenever you're doing things, yes. And others actually are not shifting quickly and emotionally within your path. That's actually your spiritual path altogether. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of throw it over to Jill, and we're going to be talking about some great stuff and challenges actually within in the indigo person.
Yeah, these are what they consider a challenge, and uh, they're saying it's part of your mental health or something, but it leads up to them saying that indigo children have ADHD. They're often treated for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and prescribed drugs such as Ritalin or others to calm them on a perceived irregularity. In reality, indigos are just dealing with the pressure of being trapped in these earthly bodies with the added pressure of helping humanity in some greater capacity. I know lots of people with ADHD who are constantly on the go and they just want freedom to do what they want. So, hey, why not, right? Depression. We have witnessed many indigos deep in depression, low self-esteem, addictions, and even suicides. So strong is this governing, battering ram, it can turn inward when they are unable to create the changes. They are adamant that need to be made. The worst outcome for an indigo is to be ignored or mocked for their perception of hawk-like, or sorry, their perception is hawk-like and they're able to perceive the pitfalls and are compelled to drive change at massive levels. Indigo adults are even more susceptible to depression as they become older, especially if they have the perception that they haven't been able to enact significant change in the world. Indigo adults should find others like them in these situations and form support groups or know that there are others out there struggling too. Integrity. Of the most blessed attributes of the indigo children is their integrity. They carry it with it, or they carry it within and can sense when others are dishonest. They may not always see this as a gift, for the world can be corrupt and indifferent. However, they carry a deep knowing that they are right, even though, if pressed, they may not be able to explain their absurdness. Um, we can go with the idea of conspiracy theorists, that kind of thing. Maybe they have the idea that we don't know what's really going on and they know and they're trying to tell the world, but hey, they're always wrong and everybody else is right. Who knows? Last is the star seeds, as Brother Chris had touched on. The crystal children, rainbow children, star children are all different manifestations or variations of indigos. Crystal children are believed to be the offspring of indigos, while a star seed is the overarching term for a soul from another part of the universe who has been incarnated here on Earth. For more information on the various types of star seeds, you can check out the comprehensive article on a different page.
So yeah,
And so we're tossing it back over to Brother
yeah, yeah,
Chris.
yeah. So just before we go and all that, just for what we've gone through. I know you're younger than me. Not gonna say how much younger, but still you're a little bit younger than me. And you have children. Have you going through this though, Jill? Have you seen some of the traits actually within your kids?
Well, number 5 is a definite for at least one of my children. Um, Another one is number 3 for the high expectation. Again, this is kind of like with my middle child. She has a tendency to be, I would have to say, very common with all these traits. So yeah, it's kind of impressive with how she's doing. Um, what else we got? Trying to figure out because my son, I want to include him somewhere in there. Passionate and focused. Once he gets going, he's actually pretty, in there. Headstrong. Well, that's all 4 of us. Me and my 3 children, we're very headstrong, and we like to strive for change. So that's another thing. We know it's right, we know it's wrong, so we try to go for the whole. We got to make a change. So
Okay.
that's definitely that runs a few of them in my family at least. How about yours?
For mine though, I would say probably actually, well, my sibling and I, we do not get along at all.
No,
It's a
but you love her,
I'd have
depending
to.
on the day of the week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So true. It all depends on what day of the week. But what I would say though that yeah, we are basically sort of one of the actually Starseed's children's altogether is what we both are. Not trying to be rude to her, but if nothing goes her way, she actually convinces people and gets people to believe though that things have to be her way, which is so true. For myself though, if I can't figure things out, I move on,
Yeah.
and that's the best way how to live life. So yeah, that's what we basically are. Again, I love her, but not actually like a brother sister way. I love her actually as a person.
Okay.
Our ours goes back to childhood, sort of like what you were reading actually in some of the footnotes from our childhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just so what I've actually come to terms though is since I'm actually one of the star seed children though is move on. Don't dwell with the past. If things don't go your way, or if people are actually being bullied or whatever, just walk away. Right? Look for the positive within things.
Yeah. But you got to remember that the past also made you who you are today. And if you completely disregard the past, then you're disregarding the people that helped create you who you are. So there's a little nod to the past. You can let most of it go and, move on. But just remember that you wouldn't be where you are today if it weren't for what happened in the past.
No, 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 and that's so true though. So the past always brings things for people. Those sort of like what Jillian was saying though, and also what I will say though is the past though is the past, but you have to look at the past, but don't look at the negative way. Look at it the positive way. What can make you actually as a better person nowadays? Again, those what we've been looking at those Indigo Children throughout this actually quick little stream today, and look forward for a lot more great guests that's coming to us here in Neath Podbeam. In the month of July, we also have a special person coming, and she is a psychic though. Her name is, if I can get that in my head, Deanna is her name. She is a soul person, and that show will be coming to you actually on the 5th, hopefully, actually here in Podbeam. So again, those we do say thanks a lot. Anything else you want to add on, Jill?
No, I think we're all good. I just want everybody out there to have a really good day with the weather. It's been up and down. It's been insane. We going from 40 plus degree weather with humidex down to what was it, like 18 degrees today. So again, for everybody out there, stay cool, stay hydrated. If it gets cold, stay warm, take care of yourself, be healthy.